Hello, Sister Joanne Hill. I see you in the house. How you doing, sister? How you doing? Come on in, my brothers and sisters, for this content tonight. You will not be disappointed. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. I got something good to expound to you this evening. Not explain, but to expound to you. Come on in, brothers. Come on in, sisters, so we can get to it right quick. I promise you, you will enjoy this. How you doing, Sister Angela Bonner? We got some good content tonight, my brothers and sisters. You can learn something from it. Especially you sisters, you're going to learn something about this. How you can tell, well, a man really, really loves you. Not like you, but love you. And I got some very, very important points to make, so you will not be deceived or you will not be disappointed. How you doing, my little sister Renee? How you doing? How you doing? Come on in, my brothers. Come on in, my sisters. We're about to get to this content tonight. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I got 7 good points to make, and the lesson is yours, my brothers, and the lesson is yours, my sister. Primarily, my sister, we got a few more seconds before we jump into this content, and I'm sure you're going to be able to take something from it and apply it to your life, especially when you're thinking about being in a serious, committed, and covenant relationship. We got a few more seconds. We're going to let a few more people come in, and then we're going to jump right into this good content tonight. We are about to do it shortly. Here we go, here we go, here we go. How you doing, brothers? How you doing, sisters out there in Facebook land? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I hope you brothers and sisters had a very, very productive day. I know that I have. And my name is Tony M. Toomer. For those of you that do not know of me, if this is your first time at this broadcast, welcome aboard. What I do, I talk about relationships. I talk about relationship pertaining to that of a man and a woman from a biblical perspective. When I say a biblical perspective, I'm talking about straight from the book of Genesis. God created the man first, and then secondly, he created the woman. And when God created the woman, he represented the woman back to the man. And at that particular time, the man being Adam said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, I shall call a woman because she came from man. With that said, we're about to jump into it. If you don't believe in the account of how a relationship started between a man and a woman, it's clearly there in the book of Genesis. This is God's word. God did not create 2 men at the beginning. He did not create 2 women. He created male and female. If you don't believe in that, my brother and sister, you have what is called a free will. You can exercise your free will and do whatever you choose to do. But as for this broadcast, I talk specifically about the relationship between a man and a woman. Okay? Now, with that said, we're about to jump into the content. The content tonight, my brothers and sisters, is 7 things that a man will only do if he truly loves a woman. Again, 7 things that a man will do only if he truly loves a woman. Now, we're going to get more defined with this. I'm going to add another word to it. 7 things that a man will only do if he truly loves his woman. His woman. His woman. Not nobody else's woman, but his woman. My brothers and sisters, I'm about to get into something very deep tonight. Some of you probably have heard of this, but some of you probably have not. But I'm about to get into it, okay? I'm about to get into some deep stuff tonight. So, sisters, I need for you to come close and listen to me. Sister, we got some seats in the front. Come on and sit. And brothers, if you don't mind, I want you to sit behind the sisters and observe, but it's directed to my sister foremost. And brothers, you can learn something from this content because it's about you, my brother. You're supposed to be the head and leader of the relationship. So I'm telling you, my brother, you can get something out of this content. But my sisters, I want you at this particular time, I want you to open up your eyes and listen with your ears and take it to heart, okay? Open up your eyes, listen with your ears, and take it to heart. And brothers, you need to understand what I'm about to say too. This is not no letdown on you, brothers. This is not no beat down on you, brothers. I'm not trying to get no brownie points, but I'm trying to tell my sister something. And brothers, I need for you to understand that you're the head and leader of the relationship. So I need you to be focused and let these sisters get in. And don't think that I'm trying to side with these sisters, because as you know, my brother and sister, I don't side with men or women. It just depends on the content. I might lean more heavier on one gender than the other. Now, for those of you that are coming in, tonight's topic is 7 things that a man will only do for a woman that he truly loves. Now, in order for a man to grow in love with a woman, not fall in love, men don't fall in love, women don't fall in love. You grow in love with someone. And growth is like farming. You get the seed and you put it in the ground. A seed grow. A seed don't fall into the soil. So the soil got to be opened up and it got to be planted for it to grow. So therefore, a man's love for you, woman, it has to grow. He don't fall in love. He doesn't trip into love. How you doing, Sister Michelle? He doesn't trip in love. Now, when a man is growing in love, he has to learn, he has to be taught, and he has to be shown what love is. A man has to be taught and shown, and he has to learn what love is. And not from the world point of view, because the world have different points of view about what love is. And we're not talking about the dictionary type of love. So we're not talking about the world's point of view. Neither are we talking about the dictionary explanation of love. We're going to talk about some real love. We're going to talk about the source of the love and how the man is able to obtain it and distribute it into the mind, the will, and the emotion of a woman. Now, this man has to have an in-depth relationship with God through his son, Jesus Christ. There is no other way for a man to grow in love with a woman unless he has a in-depth and deep relationship with the Lord. Now, some men, they could do some things, they could try to do some things, but it's not real love. And some of you, brother, if you're not attached to the Lord, you cannot love that woman to your full capacity. There's no way. You could buy a woman thing. You could do all kinds of things. You know what I mean? You could do all kinds of things, but it's going to still be that yearning in the heart of a woman if you're not attached to the Lord. Because Jesus himself said that you can do nothing without him. So if you're not into the Lord, you're operating on the fumes like a car. The car's out of gas, but it still could go a little bit with fume. And that's how some men are when it comes to loving your sister. Some men are living off the fumes on 75 in Atlanta, and you're about to go out of gas. It could last for years and years and years as far as the relationship go. But brothers, if you're not going to do what I'm about to expound, not explain, but expound to you, you're shortchanging this woman and sister. You're being shortchanged because this man is not connected to the source of love. Now, he has to ask. A man has to ask how to love a woman. It's not in man to love a woman naturally. As a matter of fact, it's not in man to love himself. A man has to ask the Lord how to love my woman. Not several women, but the man has to be humble enough. How you doing, Sister Deborah? He has to be humble enough to go to the Lord to ask him. And how does the man go about doing this? He has to pray. He has to read the word of God, and he will have to be illuminated. So when the man prayed to God through his son, Jesus Christ, once he praying, he got to look into God's word. That's what true love is. That's the blueprint of love. When you can hear things about love from the media, the radio, from other people, but the true part of love is actually in God's word. So when a man prays and he looks into God's word, what is going to happen is this man is going to be illuminated. And how this man going to be illuminated? First of all, let's see what illuminated means. Illuminated, my brothers, illuminated, my sister, it is a verb. And we all know that a verb shows action. Therefore, to be illuminated, the man has to be enlightened from a spiritual or intellectual capacity. So a man has to be enlightened. And when he's enlightened, hopefully he has intellect. And in order for a man to exercise his intellect, he has to have a spiritual connection with God. Now, you're going to hear this term or this little phrase off and on as I present, how, 7 things that a man will only do if he truly loves a woman, preferably his woman. Now, when a man loves his woman, most men, not all men, but most men do not possess the wisdom. Most men, when I say the wisdom, I'm talking about from above. Most men don't have this type of wisdom, spiritual wisdom. Most men don't have spiritual knowledge. Most men don't have spiritual understanding. Most men don't have spiritual discernment to love a woman, preferably his woman. A man has to love a woman. He has to love her whole being. And what is a woman's whole being? A woman's whole being is, first of all, her spirit. And after her spirit, it's her soul and her body. Most men don't know what I just said, and most women don't know this. Most women, a lot of you sisters, you have been shortchanged. A lot of you sisters have been shortchanged because a man does not understand that he has to love your spirit and he has to love your soul and your body last. It don't start body first, then soul, and then spirit. Because most men, they just look at you from a physical standpoint. So therefore, the natural man, the worldly man, he doesn't understand nothing what I'm saying. And if some men just casually looking at this right now, they saying, he talking about a whole bunch of crap. What is he talking about? The reason why some men will talk about this because they don't have the spirit of the Lord. And if a natural man doesn't have the spirit of the Lord, what I'm saying right now, it would be foolish to him. As a matter of fact, it would be foolish to some women if they don't have the spirit of the Lord. Only these people, only those of you that are listening to me and you have the spirit of the Lord, you're going to be able to understand exactly what I'm talking about tonight when it comes to a man loving his woman. The man has to be illuminated. Love her spirit, her soul, and her body. Again, when a man loves his woman, these are the 7 things that I'm about to get into, okay? Number one, a man position will be clearly known to the woman because he will be able to make a sound decision. What do I mean by a man position will be clearly known because he will make a sound decision? When it comes to a man that knows his purpose in life, this man is not double-minded. He knows his purpose. He know why he's here on earth, first of all, and he know who he is, and he know where he's going. And the only way a man know who he is, why he's here, and where he's going, he has that connection with the Lord. Other than that, a man wanders all his life. It might appear like this man is intelligent. It might appear like this man is, he got everything going on. He might possess the things of the world, but that's the world thing. But if a man had the spirit of the Lord, this man is a sound thinking man. How you doing? How you doing, Sister Jane? So if this man is a sound thinking man, he could clearly make a sound decision. And this is what it is. When this man make this, his position known, he's going to make his position known to the woman earlier. He's going to let that woman know that, look, I want to be serious with you. I am willing to commit to you too. And if everything works okay, and hopefully it does, I would like to marry you. I don't need you for a girlfriend. How you doing, Sister Taylor? I don't need you for no girlfriend. I don't need you for a live-in. I don't need you for the 12 a.m., the 1 a.m., and 2 extravaganza. I don't need you for none of that. I need a woman to come into my life and to bring 100% in, because I'm willing as the man to invest 100% into this relationship. And the way I'm able to invest 100% into this relationship, because I know that I have to be the head and the leader of the relationship. Now, if you're willing for me to be the head and leader of this relationship, and you need to be able to follow me as I follow Christ, even though I am an imperfect man and you are an imperfect woman, it will be the act of the man's will. So it starts with the act of the man's will. The man have to make that sound decision, and he have to be upfront with that woman so that she will not have to guess where he's coming from. Because a lot of time, brother, what causes a woman not to jump on what you're saying, a lot of women, they have had bad experiences in their life with a man or men. So a lot of women, they will be doubtful, but you have to be clear, you have to be concise, and you have to lay it out right in front of her. What you need from her, not what you want from her, what you need from her. You need her to invest 100% in the relationship so we could walk together. She's not going to walk in front of you, brother. She's not going to walk behind you. She's got to walk beside you, because it's like that real concept. You need a woman that's going to walk by you. Sister Angela said, but his action would need to match his word. Amen. And he needs to be consistent. That's right, Angela. He needs to be consistent. As it is written in 1 John 4:8, but anyone who does not love does not know God, for God is love. You see, this is the source of love. Like I said earlier, most men don't know what love is. Most men go by what they hear and what they see on TV and all that kind of stuff. But the actual, and the dictionary cannot clearly define what love is. It got all types of meaning for love. But the Bible itself tells us that God is love. So for a man to love you, sister, he has to be connected to the source of love. It's just like this. You see, like this cell phone right here. This cell phone right now is dead. This cell phone is dead. You know why this cell phone is dead? Because it was not plugged up. So since this phone was not plugged up, therefore it's dead. Now, it could be resurrected. How can it be resurrected? All I have to do is put the cord into the bottom of this phone, and then electricity from the wall is going to come into this phone, and it's going to build it up. So you see what I'm saying? It's going to build the phone up. That's the same way how man you are, brother. You have to be connected to a power source. And the power source is God's Son, Jesus. For God is love, and God, and part of God, the Godhead is Jesus himself. Like Jesus said, you can't do nothing without me. And brother, let me tell you this. In order for you to really love a woman, only Jesus knows how to love the woman how she needs to be. You know why? Because he's the creator. So the God is God through his son Jesus is the creator. He know what this woman need, and therefore he know what this woman want. Also, he know what you need and what you want. So God is love. That's the number one. You have to be connected to the power source. Number two, the man will have to be willing to give 100% of his effort into the relationship. Brothers, when you come into the relationship, don't first look at what the woman going to bring into the relationship. You have to have the mindset when you approach a woman, you got to say, I will invest 100% in this relationship. I'm not coming to this woman looking for 50-50. I'm not coming to this woman looking for 70-30. I'm not coming to the woman looking for 60-40. It's none of that. Brother, you have to be all in when you approach a woman. You see, you state your position. You have to state your position first, and you have to be connected to the power source. And after that, you will be able to give that woman 100% of your essence when it comes to a relationship. As it is written in John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. So why did I read this to you? Mary, how you doing, Sister Mary? Why did I say God so loved the world that he gave? You see, the key word is gave. God gave 100% into the relationship. You follow me? God gave his best into the relationship. So therefore, brothers, you have to give your best effort when it comes to investing in a woman. If God could give his best, you're supposed to give your best to the relationship. If you give your 100%, that woman naturally, she's going to invest 100% if you leave no doubt, and she got to be the right woman. And brother, there's no perfect women out there. There's no perfect women out there, but you will be able to find the right one for you and what you're doing with your life. Number 3, the man will be willing to sacrifice. The man will be willing to sacrifice. As it is written in John 15:13, greater love has no man than for this man to lay down his life for his friend. So, brother, when you look at a woman, sister, when this man look at you, he got to look at you as you going to be my best friend on earth after God's son himself. Brother, you got to be able to see yourself in the eyes of this woman. You got to see yourself in her. Sister, you got to be able to see yourself in this man. And brother, when I say sacrifice, you have to sacrifice. You're going to have to give up some things in order to have a good relationship with this woman. If you are out there in the world running around with a lot of your boys and stuff, it's a lot of things that you're going to have to give up. All that time you've been, like, let's say this for example, a lot of you brothers, you are workaholics. You're working only for the dollar. Whatever you get in life, brother, you can't take it to the grave with you. You can't take nothing. Some of you brothers, you got to understand, you're supposed to live in a way whereas you should be able to take care of your needs and the needs of others. When you working, brothers, you're not working only for yourself. A lot of guys be talking about, I got to get the bag, I got to get the bag. No, the ultimate thing is, brother, you're supposed to work to be able to take care of yourself, whereas you could get some of that money and do things what God wants you to do. It's not all about you, brother. It's about you going to God to give God things. And once you understand what sacrifice is, brother, you understand. And another thing, brothers, too, not only overworking and all that kind of stuff, got all these jobs and stuff, you ain't got time for the Lord. If you definitely ain't have no time for a good woman. Women require time. Women require quality time. Women want you to, they know that you got 24 hours a day. A woman know that you have to make a living. However, you got to set aside time for the woman. You cannot put other things in front of this woman. The only thing that comes in front of this woman is the Lord. You can't sacrifice your time with the Lord. But other things outside the Lord, brother, you have to sacrifice some things for this woman. You're gonna have to allocate your time to the Lord and then the woman. And then all other things come after the woman, providing she's your wife. You understand? She got to be your wife. You got to sacrifice something that you enjoy, brother. When you were single, you was able to do something. But when you get married, brother, you're not single no more. And that's what some of you married brothers don't understand. You're not single no more. It's all right sometimes when you go out and do something, positive thing with your guy friends or whatever you do. Positive thing. But you're going to understand, once you marry, you're not single no more. You understand it, brother? You're not single no more. You got to understand the priority. The priority is the Lord and that woman. For example, I'm going to give you a good example. I like football games a lot. I really do. And this football season is coming up. And I always had a hookup. This guy friend of mine, my brother, he always hook us up. We go to the Georgia Dome and we sit up in one of those suites every game and we eat good. I mean, we eat good. We have a nice time. But you know what? Whenever he say, Tony, you know, I got the hookup. We want to go to the dome and look at the football game. I would say, yeah, I would like to do that. But you see, before I commit to him, I have to come to Cinderella because she's my wife. Even though I love football, I have to go and check out what Cinderella, because she might have something that she want to do. And I'd be hoping that she don't want nothing to do. I really do. But if she had something to do, I know I'm going to have to tell my brother, I'm going to say, look, brother, I can't do this Sunday. I can't do it. I would sacrifice something that I love for my wife. And some of you, brother, I would just give you an illustration. Something that you love, brother, you might have to take that. You might have to bite that bullet, and you have to do some things to please your woman. If you have a woman that's understanding, and she know a lot of things that you like, and it's positive and it's clean and stuff, more than likely, she gonna understand that you need some time to yourself, because that's what you have to do, brother. She gonna sacrifice a lot for you too. If you have a good woman in your life, and you married to her, she's gonna realize that she's not single no more. So some things she's not gonna be able to do like when she was single. As a matter of fact, I have said this point before. A lot of you are familiar with Jill Scott, right? Jill Scott had a song, and I have used this illustration before. Jill Scott, on one of her songs, her girls wanted to get with her, right? Her girls wanted to get with her. But what did Jill Scott tell her girl? She said, you know I like to party and all that kind of stuff. But what did Jill Scott say? She's told them to have a good time, but her man, she's going to be with her man. You understand? Jill, in that song, she understood priority, because she knew that she can get with the old women some other time. But the most important thing was her relationship with that man. So translated, brothers, sometimes you have to put some things to the side, except for the Lord, for your woman. And sister, the same thing apply to you. You have to give up some things for your husband. And brother, it's not that you henpecked. So brother, let me tell you this. Don't let no man discourage you and say, oh, you just henpecked and all that. No. A lot of men that tell you that they henpecked, they don't understand. They don't understand what's important to you. Because your woman, if you have a good woman, she's going to be there for you, but beyond what your boy is going to do. Okay? So always remember that you got to be able to sacrifice. Number 4, the man will be willing to provide for the woman's needs. The man must be willing to provide for the woman's need. What am I talking about? She needs somewhere to stay. She needs somewhere to stay. She needs food to eat. She needs clothing to put on her back. She has needs. Brother, you have to, if you are really into a woman, your woman, you got to meet her needs. Those are the basic needs. You meet her basic needs more than her wants. You can throw some wants in, but it's more important you got to be willing to provide for her needs. Number 5, the man will be willing to protect his woman for any forces that come up against her. Brothers, you got to be the man. You got to be able to protect that woman from any forces that come up against her. You got to. If you can't provide for that woman, if you can't protect her, you don't need no woman. Especially if you can't protect yourself. If you can't protect yourself, definitely you cannot protect that woman. So, brother, you got to be able to protect her against anybody or anything that comes against her. How you doing, Sister Monica? How you doing, Sister Velma? Number 6, brother, he will address the need of her soul. The man must address the need of his woman's soul. What do I mean by that? The soul, the mind, the will, and the emotions. Brothers, remember I said you have to love the woman from inside out. When it comes to your woman's soul, you got to be able to penetrate beyond those pretty eyes and how she look and how she shape. You got to be able to infiltrate the soul of that woman. You got to address her emotions. You have to learn about her emotions. You have to be taught about her emotions. You have to be shown about her emotions. And how can you do it? Because sometimes, some of you brothers, you know this, some of you go around saying, well, if she don't tell me, I don't know. That is true. Sometimes a woman, subconsciously, she might think that you should know what to do because you're the man. But you see, brother, let me tell you something. The Bible clearly say that a man's supposed to love his wife. And not only love his wife, he's supposed to understand her. And in order to understand your woman, brother, it takes time. You have to observe her. You have to watch. You have to listen. You have to watch. And you have to feel. You have to watch, listen, and feel. You have to learn her. You have to be able to anticipate some things about her. She's not going to tell you. I'm here to tell you right now, brother. You can have a woman, but she don't want to tell you everything. Because women expect for you to be the what? She expect for you to lead. A good woman expect for you to lead. If you look at it this way, brother, like you are a shepherd and your woman is a sheep. A sheep depends totally on that shepherd. I'm not saying you the good shepherd because it ain't but one good shepherd, that's the Lord. So, brother, you have to be in the mindset of like your woman, she's a precious little sheep to you. Angela said, let me see what Angela say. She said some. You can tell them and some are set in their ways of old on how they were brought up. That's very true. Angela, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, Angela. The reason, bro, let me tell you this. You can't be set in your ways when it comes to a woman. You have to be receptive. And the only way you got to be receptive and you have to be sensitive to your woman. And I'm telling you, it all go back down to the source. And what is the source? The source is your relationship with the Lord. He is the source of love. He created that woman. The Lord know more about that woman than you ever will. And if you in tune with that woman, the Lord's spirit going to communicate to your spirit, and your spirit going to communicate to your soul, and your soul going to communicate to your body. The Lord going to be telling you some stuff about that woman, but you got to be sensitive. You got to be very sensitive what the Lord going to open up to you. You see, remember, I said you have to love a woman from inside out. It's her spirit. If she had the spirit of the Lord, you have to love her spirit first. You have to love her spirit first because that's where the Lord is at. Once you learn to love that woman's spirit, you have to love her soul. Approach her soul, her emotions. She's very emotional. How you doing, Kim? That's right, Kim Gordon. So she's very emotional. Women don't operate like we brothers. They don't operate like us. Some of you brothers, you think that a woman's supposed to move like you. There's no way a woman can move like you. Brother Steve Harvey, he had a book out a few years ago. Something like Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman. There's no way a woman, and he was very successful with that book, by the way. I'm not throwing no shades or nothing like that, but let me tell you this. There's not one woman that could think like a man. There's not one woman that could feel like a man. There's not one man that could think like a woman. There's not one man that could feel like a woman. We are different. The only thing that we have, and really, we have the spirit of, if you're into the Lord, that's our common ground. If you are in the right type of relationship, meaning you're serious, you're committed, and you're in a covenant relationship, this is soul binding. So, brothers, when you approach her emotion, you, like I always say, you can't be analytical with women, because this is what a lot of you brothers say. It don't make no sense what they saying. It's stupid what she's saying. It's crazy. It's trivial. And they be thinking the same thing about us. I don't feel you should do this. I don't feel that way. You see, that's how women communicate. They feel. I say, I feel. But a lot of you brothers say, this is what I think. Women must say, this is how I feel. And that's how we operate. So, brother, you cannot be analytical all the time with women. You have to tap into that emotion. And like I said, after you tap into that emotion, once you get into her emotion, then she got her will. She's going to accept that stuff or she's not. You want to get past that door called her will. And the only way you're going to get past that door called her will, she got to feel good about what you're saying to her, truly saying to her. Women listen. They listen. They like to look, but they like to listen. If you talk to your woman, brother, you have to talk to her in an encouraging and uplifting way. It's got to be encouraging and uplifting. You got to remember that, because they operate on emotion. Even the toughest type of women, they operate on their emotions. After you approach her emotion, which is her heart, she's going to decide whether or not to accept that. And once she accepts that, that's called her will. And once she opens up the door called her will, that leads to her what? Her mind. Her thinking. And I told you this on a few shows ago. That's where you want to be. When you listen to these worldly songs and stuff, it always talking about the heart, the emotion. Brother, yes, that's where you start at, the emotion. That's where you start, because they're emotional. But you need to exercise wisdom, knowledge, understand, discernment. You want to graduate. That's what it is. Like grammar school is like the emotions. The will is like high school. And the mind is like college. That's how you operate with women. You understand? The college part is what she think. You want to get there. You want to get there so when she thinking, when she around you or not, you want her thinking a lot about you. And the only way she's going to really think a lot about you, you have to be good in the grammar school. That's her emotions. Understand? That's her emotion. And along with her soul, we're going to talk about something else that her soul is a part of. Remember her spirit? You have to love her spirit, which is the Lord. Then her soul, her emotions, her will, and her mind. Then you gradually get to her body. You got to get to her body. And this is what you do, brother. You cannot make love to a woman. You cannot make love to a woman. Sisters, listen to me. No man can make love to you. So, and brother, guess what? No woman can make love to you. Some of you saying, Tony, you talking crazy now. I hear songs about making love. I have made love to my man. I have made love to my woman. Listen to what I'm saying. You can't make love. You can't make love. God is love. The only thing you could do, brother, is express love. You can express love. You can't make it. You got to go back to the source. And that's where the Lord comes in again. The Lord loved that woman through your spirit. He loves that woman through your soul. Now he's loving that woman through your body. You have to be taught, you have to be shown, and you have to be guided how to love her. And this is what you have to do, brother. You have to express passionate, physical love to the woman. You have to express passionate love to her, not lust to her body. Most men, you go at it like an animal. You go at it like an animal. Most men, you caught up in lust. What that lust means, you think you're basically about yourself, me, myself, and I. But when it comes to the physical part of the relationship with a woman, you got to put that me, myself, and I aside. You have to express passionate love to her body. You have to talk to her. You got to understand what she likes. No, not what she like, what she love for you to do. Okay? Because if you already in the work, if you already got a connection with her on a spiritual level, if you connected to her as a soulmate, okay? A soulmate, not a soul tie, but you connected to her as a soulmate. You're one. You're coupled together. The word couple is just like when you look at some trains going by. You know that little connected part that hold the trains together? It's called a coupling. It's just like this. You have the engine, and then you have all the little other little carts behind it. And there's the little silver thing. It's called a coupling. It grips together and it holds like that. So when it comes to your woman, brother, you have to grip her from a spiritual standpoint. You have to grip her with your soul, and you have to grip her with your body. You understand? Thank you, Sister Flo. You have to express. How can you express passionate love to your woman? The only way, brothers and sisters, the only way a man can express passionate love to you, you have to be in the right type of relationship. If you're not in the right type of relationship, it's just a temporary fickling feeling. It ain't right. You can get so far, but you know what? If you're not in a serious, if you're not in the committed, and if you're not in a covenant relationship, you can go just so far. Because God is not going to put his okay in it. He's not going to give you the thumbs up. And I have told you all this before a few shows ago. When it comes to the physical part of the relationship, the Lord is in it too. I know some of you all don't want to think about the Lord in there. Yes, if the man have the Spirit of the Lord in his body, because his body is a temple where his soul resides, and if the woman had the Spirit of the Lord in her and her soul, it resides in the body. It's like a tent. So, if you in the right time, if you going to express love to your woman body, brother, Jesus is not going to come out of your body and go read the newspaper or go flip the TV and look at the sports channel. Jesus not going to do that. Sister, Jesus is not going to come out of your body and go look at Lifetime or whatever. He don't go nowhere. So I know a lot of you all don't want to think this way, but when you are in a relationship, in the right type of relationship, even when you express physical love is a beautiful thing if you're doing the right way. Because God gave it to mankind. So it's nothing wrong with it. It's just that we do something to pervert it. But if you in the right type of relationship, how God like it to be, and you all know how God like it to be. You are some wise people that looking at me. You're wise. You have knowledge. You have understanding, and you have discernment. Discernment tell you whether what you're doing is right or wrong. Now, if you're not in the right type of relationship, let me tell you what you're doing. You're just lusting. The man is lusting and the woman lusting. You're just taking care of a temporary physical need. And once the man ejaculate or the woman climax, if she's not faking, that's all it is. Then once y'all reach y'all mountaintop experience, you detach. And you know it. You brothers, you know that you ain't not all in with that woman. And you sisters, you all know that the man ain't all in with you. And that's the elephant in the room. You don't want to talk about that. But if the Lord is in the relationship, guess what? The Lord is showing you, he's guiding you, and he's teaching you, brother, how to express physical love to that woman. Because you see, the Lord going to always have you thinking about we, us, and our. And the same thing too, sister, if the Lord is in your body, he's going to be telling you, your soul, how to have your body to react to that man. And the same thing too, brother, he's going to tell you how to react to that woman. He's going to show you, teach you, and guide you how to touch her, what to say to her, and all that stuff. And the same thing too, brother. So it's bigger when you're in the right type of relationship, because you're in the right type of relationship. It's more than the man ejaculation. It's more than the woman climaxing. It goes to another deep level. And you can never experience that level unless you're in the right type of relationship. And God has to be in it through his son Jesus. If Jesus is not in it, you're not going to experience that utopia situation. I would like to be able to expound that to you, my brothers and sisters, but I'm limited because I'm talking to you as a man, a human man. The only way you're going to experience the Lord got to be in your relationship. So if you don't do it the right way, you're going to miss the utopia part of the relationship. So after the physical part of the relationship is over, because you know that it don't last that long. We talked about that a few days ago. It doesn't last that long. So when the man and woman do their little physical part, the man and the woman, they don't feel detached. They get closer and closer. You already got the spirit, and you got the soul, and now you got the body. So when a man and a woman is expressing physical love to one another, you got everything connecting. Their spirits connecting, their soul is connecting, and their bodies are connecting. And once the relationship just continue to grow. It continues to grow. Number 7. This is the number 7 part of a thing that a man will only do if he truly loves a woman. Check this out. If a man truly loves a woman, he will honor her and he will not hide her from the world. Meaning he will not deny his relationship with her. I'm going to say that 2 more times. A man that truly loves a woman, he will honor her. That's not putting on no pedestal now. Don't get it twisted. He will honor her as his helpmeet. He will not hide her. He's not going to put in a corner. He's not going to say this is a private relationship. I don't want people in our business. He's not going to deny his relationship with her, because guess what? When he talk about her, he don't have no problem talking about her publicly to people. He don't have no problem. He don't have no problem people seeing him with the woman that he loves. He doesn't mind it. He don't try to hide it. So, sis, let me tell you that if a man try to keep your relationship private, it's a problem. Now, he ain't got to get out on Facebook and do it, but in real life, or social media, but in real life, if a man don't confess before the world that you are the one, you're not the one. You got to understand, when a man, let me tell you this, if this is interesting. This is interesting. Like, if my wife and I are together, if we're together, and somebody come up to me, if someone come up to me, this is what I'll do. Before we engage in a conversation, whether it be a man or a woman, I immediately do like this. I call her by her title. I said, this is my wife. And then a lot of people say, oh, that's Cinderella. Because, you know, like I said, they tap her name. They say, oh, that's Cinderella. Yes, but I always acknowledge her. I always say, this is my wife. What I do, I give her a title. The title is my wife. When if somebody come in front of her, she'll do the same thing. She not going to say, this is my wife. No, she don't do that. She will say, this is my husband. She does it by the position. She's not afraid to say it. You understand? She's not afraid to show it. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to show it. Am I going to hide her? No, I won't. I will not hide her. Will she hide me? No, she will not hide me. I have walked the walk. She has walked the walk. We don't hide our relationship to people. We don't do that. We acknowledge it. So you know what you get when you get up. You know what you're going to get. You know I don't deny her. It's the same thing. It's just like, if you understand this, my brothers and sisters, if you understand this, let me read something to you. This is a spiritual thing. Check this out. This is how Jesus feels on a spiritual level. Jesus said this. Jesus said in Matthew 10:33. Remember this. Matthew 10:33. Matthew 10:33. Jesus said this. If you say that you have a relationship with the Lord Jesus, my brother and sister, this is what Jesus say. This is the proof. This is the proof in the pudding. Jesus said, but whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever deny me before men. See, Jesus wants you, if you claim to have a relationship with Jesus, he don't want you to say, put him in a little box. He want the world to know that you got a relationship with him. Jesus ain't finna get hid. Jesus like this. We either rolling together or we're not. You're not going to say you're not going to say this is a private relationship. I don't want nobody to know my relationship with Jesus. Jesus said, it's going to be public. The same thing. The same thing, brother. You're supposed to love your woman to the point where you don't deny her in front of nobody. Nobody. You understand that, brothers and sisters? You understand that? When a man loves his woman. You all heard that song by Percy Sledge a long time ago, when a man loves a woman. Yeah, a woman. But now we're going to talk, now it's about not just a woman, it's my woman. You understand? It's my woman. How you doing, Sister Mary? It's my woman, my woman, my woman. So, brothers, like I'm telling you, and sister, this is what I'm saying again. When it comes to a relationship, God has to be in the mix. If God is not a part of the relationship, you don't have no relationship. You have a situationship, since this the popular term that's going on these days. You're in a situationship. If God is not there, if you don't have no connection with God, brothers, you cannot love a woman how she needs to be loved. Bump the dictionary, what the dictionary say about it. Bump what all these other people say. Bump what the TV programs say. You have to be connected to the source. Because remember the illustration before I leave out, like I said, this cell phone. What did I say? I said this phone is dead. It can, even if I turn it on, nothing is happening. Nothing. Look, nothing. No light, no nothing. Nothing. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. But if I plug this baby up, when I plug it up, what I'm gonna see? It's going to be a light. It's going to be a light that come on right up there, right? That means that it gets some juice, right? Brothers, you need some juice. You need to get plugged to Jesus. And what happened when you get plugged in? What happened? Then it start increasing, right? So if the electricity is increasing, the power source is increasing in the phone, brother, if you have a relationship with the Lord, your love for your woman is going to increase. It's going to get powerful. It's going to be powerful. And when this phone, once this phone get fully charged, it's ready to go. I can call, I can text, I can get on the internet or whatever. Guess what, brother? When you get fully charged by the Lord, you will know how to love that woman from a spiritual standpoint. You will learn how to love that woman from her soul. You will learn how to love that woman with her body. Cause a woman is 3 parts in one: spirit, soul, and body. And the same thing too, sister. You have to be, you got to love that man on the same even keel. Okay, you got to show him love. Don't let the man do all the work, sisters. Okay, don't let this man do all the work and you just sit back and enjoy the show. But anyway, it's about that time. I love you, brothers. I love you, sisters. I hope that you all got something out of it. 7 things that a man will only do for a woman that he truly loves. He has to truly love a woman. It ain't no ifs and buts about it. Brother, you either gonna love her or you're not. Sister, he's gonna either love you or he's not. Know the difference, okay? I love you, brother. I love you, sister. I hope that I gave you something with the Lord working through me. I hope you take this to the bank, okay? I love you all. You all have a good night, okay?